I've had a lot of people tell me that the Kenobi series continuity isn't there, that it isn't a good show because the continuity's broken and this and that. And one of those reasons is because Obi-Wan Kenobi didn't know that Darth Vader is alive. For 10 years, Obi-Wan Kenobi doesn't know Darth Vader's alive. How could that be? Darth Vader's such a strong presence. The Empire rules the galaxy for 10 years, and Darth Vader is unknown to Obi-Wan Kenobi, his closest friend from the Republic. Well, I'm going to try to explain why Obi-Wan Kenobi does not know that Darth Vader survived their fight on Mustafar. In the mere days following their fight on Mustafar, Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi went separate ways. Anakin Skywalker went with Palpatine to be repaired, have some cybernetics put on, that little breathing mask thing that goes. Obi-Wan Kenobi went with Bail Organa and Yoda to watch Padme give birth as she died of SAD. Yeah, she died of SAD. Anyways, back to it. Directly following the birth of the twins, Luke Skywalker and Leia, they were separated. Bail Organa takes Leia to Alderaan with his wife. Luke is taken to Tatooine to be with his aunt and uncle by Obi-Wan Kenobi, where Obi-Wan Kenobi stays for 10 years, watching over Luke Skywalker, watching him grow. If he starts showing signs of the Force, Obi-Wan's to start training him. Uncle Owen doesn't agree with this, but that's the way it is. For 10 years, Darth Vader hunts for Obi-Wan Kenobi. Never once would Darth Vader think that Kenobi would go to Tatooine. For one, Obi-Wan Kenobi has no connection there. Darth Vader doesn't know that Luke Skywalker is his son. He doesn't even know he has a son. Doesn't even know Luke Skywalker exists at this point. All he knows is Obi-Wan Kenobi's missing. Obi-Wan Kenobi has no connections to Tatooine. No reason to go there to look for him, right? But still, the word has to be out there that the Empire is looking for Jedi. And that's just it. The word is out there that the Empire is looking for Jedi. The reason Obi-Wan Kenobi doesn't know that Darth Vader is still alive is because Darth Vader is a closely guarded secret. He's more of an enforcer. He's not out taking care of Imperial business. He's a hunter. He's the one going out, sending Inquisitors and himself out to kill Jedi. It's in the comics, it's in the video games, even in Jedi Fallen Order, Darth Vader is known as a ghost, as something that's more of a legend, and nobody really knows his name. They just know he's this dark force. Okay, so to further back up this explanation, we had two other Jedi that come in contact with Darth Vader, and they had no idea who he was. All they know is they could feel the fear, the anger, the hate inside him, and that was Kanan Jarrus and Ezra Bridger. Neither one of them knew who Darth Vader was. In fact, Ahsoka Tano didn't even know who Darth Vader was. She just knew him as darkness. So between Cal Kestis being a runaway Jedi who is being hunted by Darth Vader and the Inquisitors, not knowing who Darth Vader is, Ahsoka Tano being a former Jedi who Anakin would definitely pursue if he knew she was alive, does not know who Darth Vader is. Kanan Jarrus and Ezra Bridger, active Jedi during the time of the rebellion, little bit after the timeline of Obi-Wan Kenobi, they also do not know who Darth Vader is. So it's easy to say that Darth Vader is a secret. He's this enforcer that just pops out of the shadow and takes his victims out. Leaves no trace. But we can all just throw our hands up and say, this is Disney era content and it's bullcrap. Well, let's go all the way back to the beginning. How did my father die? A young Jedi named Darth Vader. Spoken by Obi-Wan Kenobi roughly 9 years after the events of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Luke Skywalker didn't know who Darth Vader was. Guess where Luke lives? Tatooine. Guess where Obi-Wan Kenobi's been hiding for the past 19 years? Tatooine. Well, 10 years during Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Tatooine. So I'm going to go out on a limb, put my neck out, so to speak, and say that Darth Vader was not being paraded around on the hollow news net, that the Imperial News was not following him around with a camera and a microphone saying, "What'd you do today, Darth Vader?" "Well, I killed a couple Jedi." "Oh, cool, that's so neat. He's such a hero." No, they're not doing that. Darth Vader is a secret, and it's noted, and you can see it throughout Star Wars history that nobody knows about Darth Vader until it's too late. But we could also say that the Imperial Army does know about Darth Vader and who he is. Well, not the entire Imperial Army, but at least the detachment that was on Tatooine during A New Hope. Well, let's look at the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. How many Imperials do we see on Tatooine, around Mos Eisley or wherever the heck they are? None. The only ones we see are the Inquisitors show up. They may have a couple guards with them, but it's just the Inquisitors that show up, and you don't see stormtroopers parading around or guarding anything or looking at anything. It's just the Inquisitors. There's no real Imperial presence on Tatooine, being in the outer rim, the outer stretches of the galaxy. There's no Imperial presence there. In fact, in A New Hope, when we do see the Imperial presence there, it isn't because they have an occupation there. They were sent down to retrieve 2 droids that carried the plans to the Death Star. Now, why would Darth Vader say, send a detachment down to retrieve them, if they already had a garrison on Tatooine? It wasn't until 19 years after Revenge of the Sith, or 9 years after the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, that the Imperial presence was on Tatooine. News there would have been scarce. I'm sure someone's going to have a problem with what I'm saying, and that's fine. You're allowed to your opinion and you're allowed to your own theories, but it's well documented. It's there that Darth Vader is this mysterious figure that nobody really knows about until their time is up. So let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think Darth Vader was a guarded secret, or just happened to be a secret, or is it just that Tatooine's a backwater planet that gets no news at all? Until, that is, when A New Hope comes around. It's not like they're parading Empire Day on Tatooine and forcing people to join in on it, because there's nobody really there to enforce it. So these farmers, these miners, these henchmen, these bounty hunters, these thugs that belong to Jabba the Hutt or any of the Hutt cartel at this time are not getting the news about the Empire. Yes, Jabba the Hutt knows about Darth Vader, but he's not out spreading the word, telling everybody, hey, there's this Imperial enforcer named Darth Vader. But please, let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd love to hear your opinion. I do read all comments. It's been a little harder for me to reply lately. I'm sorry for that, but my work schedule is what it is. On top of that, I have a child's graduation. I have to plan for parties. I have to plan for a camp out here soon with my kids. So it's been a little bit tougher for me to get back on there, but I will get back to it, I promise you. Also, on your way out, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, turn on your notifications, stay up to date on all my positive Star Wars content. Thank you for watching. This is Gerald from Star Wars Fanatic, signing off, wishing you all great health, happiness, and peace. This is the way, the only way.